Hey guys, Kostya here, and what we're going to do is launch into a video preview of a much longer, actually 90-minute video I did with Martin, who's also known as Say Chess. He has his own YouTube channel that I'll link to below that is basically about chess improvement. And this video is mainly about building an opening repertoire from scratch. So Martin is about 1750 FIDE, which is typically around the level that players tend to get more serious about their openings and need to design and build their full repertoire so that they can review it and improve it in between tournaments. So in this video, I'm basically guiding Martin step by step as he creates his first database, starts entering lines, building his repertoire, deciding what he's playing. We're focusing on the French defense, which is his main opening against 1e4. And he's actually played the opening for quite a few years, so he has a little bit of knowledge and experience about it, but he's never done the technical work of building the repertoire, inputting lines, and learning the opening moves in a very concrete way. I think this is a topic that a lot of players have tons of questions on, can be very confusing. You don't know which software to be using or what your different options are, what should you be titling things, and how to work through the lines and all this stuff. So I do believe that this series will be really, really useful for the stronger players in the crowd that are ready to work a little bit more seriously on their openings. So if you want to check out the full video, we've both put it up simultaneously on our Patreon pages, which I'll link to below. So the full video, about 90 minutes, is available to subscribers only. And this is going to be a series of videos where step by step we just break down the entire process of building an opening repertoire from scratch, going over all of the tips and tricks, different ideas and different philosophies you can be using, and eventually working our way up to an actually professional repertoire. So this video preview is only the first 10 minutes of that video, but I think it is really useful. I go over a lot of my core philosophies about this stuff, and I hope you guys find it useful. Enjoy.
Great. Yeah, but welcome to this video. Today I'm having the honor of working with I am Kostya, and he has been so kind of to join me, and he wants to teach me how to make a repertoire in chess-base. And I'm so green that I really don't have a repertoire. have tried to keep it all in my head. So I think it would be very useful for me to get it down on the database. And Kostya also have a YouTube channel and a Patreon page like me. So please go check it out. Yeah, he makes a lot of useful videos also.
Thanks,
So
Lauren.
right over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very excited actually to be doing this because building an opening repertoire is like one of those things that pretty much everyone like asks about. If you ever go on like chess Reddit, like at least 25% of the questions are about like what should someone use to like build up their openings, what should they study, which openings they should play, and all this stuff. So I figured, yeah, it'd be really useful to just kind of basically do it from scratch. With someone. What's your like current elo approximately right now?
It's 750 elo.
1750, yeah.
1750, yes.
Cool.
So my goal is to get to 2000.
Awesome.
That's what I'm working towards.
And that, I would say, I mean, that's just about the range where it's like you should, maybe start focusing on just making sure like your openings are solid.
Yeah.
And I mean, before that, I definitely agree with the general advice to like mostly work on like middle games and end games and calculation. But at this point, it's like, yeah, you need to be kind of know what you're doing with both sides.
Yeah. And I'm starting to play some tougher opponents here also online, and I can see that there's some holes in my opening repertoire, definitely.
Oh yeah. I mean, opening work is, I think it's like unlimited basically.
Yeah.
Like no one in the world thinks their openings are good except for like Carlsen and Arnish Gary maybe.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just constantly like, oh man, I have a lot of lines to look at. Okay, maybe we can just talk briefly about like your goals for this opening repertoire. I mean, just to give you like my philosophy on this, about openings in general. So nowadays, if you take like any major opening, If both sides like know their theory, then black is supposed to be okay. So if you just follow the main line, the main theory in every like major opening, black is equalizing objectively.
Yeah.
But for practical players, this doesn't mean that you can't fight for an advantage. It just means you have to be kind of thoughtful about what kind of advantage you're looking for.
Mm.
So I recommend not necessarily looking for any kind of like computer advantage, like a position that's point 0.3 or point 0.4 or whatever, but rather looking for positions that you feel are comfortable for your style. You understand the positions, you understand the style of play, and this is where you can actually get an edge over someone, even if they're higher rated than you, just because you understand the positions well.
Yeah. And
So.
yeah, I've often sometimes I've made the mistake of just changing repertoire before tournaments and in important games, and it has ended up horribly every time. So I think I'm trying to stick what I know and build on that foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a big risk to like play something you're not comfortable with, especially like against a strong player. You can only do this if you just have like a ton of experience and you've played a lot of different openings before and you're familiar with a lot of structures, and then you can kind of like bounce around a bit more. Which some players do. Some players recommend that. They just read, the chess structures book by Flores,
Yeah.
and then they just feel like they can play any position more or less.
I've read it, but I'm not sure I've understood it all yet.
Yeah. No, it just takes like a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned you wanted to first work on your French repertoire, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, maybe you can just open up that database real quick. I guess viewers are wondering, so you're using Fritz 12, is that right?
Yeah. It's 10 years old, I think. But I haven't seen any reason to update yet. But and I don't think there's hadn't any major changes. But maybe you can spot it if you see it. But
yeah, I've basically I've never used Fritz, but the layout is extremely similar to ChessBase, and I know it's a ChessBase product.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming a lot of the functionality will probably be the same or similar. If not, we'll just kind of struggle through it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been using ChessBase for probably over like 10, 12 years. And at first I was very, very bad at it and I didn't like it. But now I love it because it's just like extremely organized and yeah, just so useful. But one of the points here is that I don't think ChessBase or any of these softwares are 100% necessary for this work. I think like you can do it on Chessable, you can do it on Lichess. I think there's lots of sites where you can basically just like build a repertoire for free, basically.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're working on a black repertoire. That means in most of the lines, we're going to be trying to either equalize, like the position is clearly equal, or at least get a game where you don't mind being slightly worse, but you kind of understand the ideas and the positions.
Yeah.
So let's open up a board maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, haven't I seen this position before?
So it has this weird talking voice, but
yeah, that's definitely new for me. I haven't noticed that. Okay, so this is preloaded with your database. Is that right?
I think it's the opening book.
Oh, this is the Fritz opening book.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how this works. I imagine because it seems like it has less games. Like,
I can see. I can go over
like
here and take.
Oh no, that's okay actually.
Okay.
We can use this one for now. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to the reference part later, which basically means like, you take a position and you want to see like who's played this position with which colors, what moves did they make here,
Okay.
and kind of just look at those games. But yeah, I don't think we have to do that right now. Okay, the first thing would be to maybe just do an overview of what you already know and play. So if you could
Yeah.
just take me through like the different lines here.
Okay. So
No, 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 no.
maybe I
am
need to just
tired of playing
turn off
black
the
all
engine.
the time.
No worries. Yeah.
Something like that. And so and we go back. So against
Mhm.
and what should you start with the classical?
Sure.
I play these move, and then there's the
Yeah, let's say F4.
F4,
Hmm.
and then I play C5, and then they normally go knight to F3, right?
Hmm.
And then I play knight to C6, and then there's bishop E3
Okay.
sometimes, and then there's and then I normally, I think I have it. I can play bishop to. Here I'm a little bit doubtful because I think I would take here.
Okay.
Queen B6 is also possible, I think.
Yeah, maybe just include that as a second option.
Yeah.
And then you ever play like bishop E7 or?
No.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
I guess that's also a good move.
Oh no, I'm just curious what your
Yeah.
what you've already played
Yeah.
and so on, where you're at. Okay, so let's just save this one. Can we save this as a game somewhere?
So how do you do that?
Let's go to
copy game or save
yeah.
game as,
Hmm.
and then French.
Gonna ask you to select a database, and you should find your French.
Yeah.
And then wait, let's fill this info out.
Yeah.
So I would just reset everything because we don't need any of this.
Yeah.
For this one, I would just put French up top. Yeah, right there.
Here.
Yeah. And what do you call this line?
Classical F4. I can't remember if it has Steinitz or is it?
Yeah. So for this, yeah, it's interesting dilemma already. Like what to name stuff.
Yeah.
What I usually do is I just go with, if I know the line, okay, I'll write just the name of the variation. If I'm not sure, like, okay, is this Steinitz or whatever, I'll just do the generic one. So I would write French classical, and then I would put 3 knight c3, so that if I don't remember what it is, I see 3 knight c3, I can immediately understand.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking at this from Black's point of view, right?
Yeah.
So I usually do the result as 0-1, just to know that this is from Black's point of view.
Good confidence.
Yeah. And then do you play winner at all, bishop b4?
What?
Do you play the winner variation?
I have done in the past, but I've tended to go away from it.
So knight f6 is your main line.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would put 3 ... knight f6 under right under white. Yeah, where it says black.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And okay, that's today's date, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So one trick is whenever you work on this, whenever you update it,
Yeah.
update the date as well, so you know the last time you looked at it.
Clever.
Yeah. Wish I learned that a while back. Go ahead and click OK. Yeah, because I have some lines, it's like, 2015.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty current because I looked at it recently. Hey, again, thanks for checking out the preview. If you want to see the whole 90-minute video where we get a lot further into the repertoire building process, once again, that video is available for Patreon subscribers only, and I'll link to both myself and Martin's channels in the description below. If you guys have any specific questions on anything covered in the video, do feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.